Yeah, back once again, Trey, with another fish out of water request reaction. But you had asked me in the email, or you didn't know if I was familiar with Oddisee. I'm familiar with Oddisee from 2009. He had a hot buzz during the blogger era when Wiz was coming up, when Currency was coming up, when the Wale's was coming up, when Chuck English and them was coming up. Oddisee name was in that blogger era type of time. And I think the last project I heard from Oddisee in full was the Iceberg. But after that, it's he kind of got lost in the wave for me. Like I just stopped checking for him. I don't know why. I just did. I don't really have a real explanation. But I am familiar with him. He had a buzz in 2009, 2008, like when the blogging era was hot. His name was coming up. So I am familiar with him, but vaguely, I would say vaguely familiar. Sir Michael Rocks, like him too, Sir Michael Rocks, like all of them was coming up at the same time. Hobson.
Let me take it back to my childhood. Six Flags still called Wildwood, where I heard every race is a neighbor and we was working class trying to make it out of our hood. My best friend back then was a white kid. We was tight, he liked the same things I did. Despite us being different colors, man, we was tight as Elmas and we called each other brothers while I was trying to keep my nights clean. He was trying to scuff his chucks up. He was grunge, I was fresh, we were young, and we cussle on the rap, trying to sneak up in the punk clubs. But things changed when his pops got laid off. He blamed my father for the loss of his job. He said immigrants rob citizens of job, and I better never set foot again in his yard. As we became adults in a cold called America, he got himself a job as an officer of law. But those got blacker and his views got cracker. There was no way back to the roots at heart. Many years apart, I recognized him in the news. He shot a black man that was sitting in his car. Then the same part where we used to shoot hoops, and all I could blame is the cause. You grew up.
Dang,
now you
that's fucked up.
change. You were made the same. So before you came, you grew up. All I grow in pain. We're giving like our name. And you just bought the blame. You grew up. No, you didn't change. You were made the same. So before you came, you grew up. All I grow in pain. We're giving like our name. And you just bought the blame. You ever have a friend that became a fanatic? Most of y'all haven't, but if you ever did, you understand the one thing that y'all have in common is somebody took advantage of their damage as a kid. I knew a guy whose folks were professors, proof in the flesh that the law was a blesser. Grew up in a Midwestern town where there weren't many brown people he could see reflection. Got picked on in school during lectures, graduated hating everybody in his class. Picked on cause he prayed 5 to the east and he didn't eat the meat that the law said was bad. One day a man approached him in the mosque, changed his life when he asked him a question. Do you ever feel your life was a loss? And what if I could teach you that life was a weapon? Attracted strong to the feeling of acceptance. He was soon gone with delusions of a cause. People of the present had faces of the past, make it easier to blast him if you feel they did it wrong. You can raise a child in a house full of love, can't keep him safe in a world full of hate. So he blew up, only mistake that can hold all the blame. You grew up. No, you didn't change. You were made the same. So before you came, you grew up. All I grow in pain. We're giving like our name. And you just bought the blame. You grew up. No, you didn't change. You were made the same. So before you came, you grew up. All I grow in pain. We're giving like our name. And you just bought the blame. You grew up. Hustle jug, and when I was born, it was filled with love. It ran it over, life ran me over, I spilled the blood. I poured the cups and I left it up to you to say enough. Never ended, never quenching, I sealed it up. Tried to change my reality, but settled for real enough. Life was better when you're thinking that you're gonna give it up. When I was younger, I was so determined I would change it all. Couldn't fly, but wasn't chained to fall. Where is it? I put the blame in cause. Well, I grew up.
And that's why he had the buzz back then in 08, 09, because he was such a great storyteller and producer and rapper. But man, that first verse, growing up with the white friend and they were best friends, and then his dad lost the job and started abusing them and started inflicting him with the racism and the prejudice, and then he grew up to be a cop and killed a black kid in the park where they grew up at, is the wildest verse. The second verse is also fire. Third verse also fire. But that first one, the way he started that, he just engages you immediately with that first verse. Five mics. Five mics. And the video too. The animation on the video all makes sense. Thank you. Thank you. I get a lot of videos that don't make sense. I give people props when their videos match the actual song. I got to, because when you've been doing this as long as me, you get videos where it's like, what's the point? This right here, visually, lyrically, instrumentally, the chorus, the storytelling, you name it, he did it in the lot. Five mics.